So we've done a little bit about you, and we have touched on Monarch, and we've jumped to some questions that I've already gone into. But what was your first impression of Monarch when you sort of became a coach there, when you walked in? Had you seen it before we opened? I can't remember.
And I popped in a few times, but you had no lights.
Yeah.
So I didn't see much. So it was probably that first opening sesh or just before the...
Was that on the Saturday?
when we got the coaches together.
Okay.
Walked in and I thought, yeah, no, this is spot on.
Yeah.
This is done well.
And if you were to describe the gym to people viewing this that don't know what it looks like, how would you give them an overview from what is, I would say, slightly different to what you'd call a conventional?
Yeah, nothing
so maybe touch on our location, because that's a bit unusual, and then give them a brief overview and description of what Monarch looks like, if you'd say.
Yeah, well, town centre of Chippenham, the warehouse of what was Argos, so got the space in the background. The hallway, walking in, can feel a little intimidating just because it's darker, but once you open up into the gym, it's spot on. You've got the rig down the centre, kit around the outside with all that freedom in the middle, track down the left. It looked clean, it looked fresh, it looked ready to go, it looked like a good spot.
So we've touched on what Monarch looks like. Yeah, we're a bit unusual. We're in a town centre. We're in a shopping centre called Borough Parade. Quite unique looking. So when me and Ryan and Verity sat down about how we wanted it to look, we wanted people to want to be there. Typically a CrossFit gym is like a warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Breeze block, maybe some kind of OSB board, which is like a wooden board on the wall. Quite typical, I'd say. So we were like, how can we give this like a luxurious feel?
It has got that feel.
And as well as, the conventional CrossFit kit. It's one of the things that I don't ever get tired of hearing is when a member who's only been at Monarch goes away with work or away at the weekend with their partner or training with work or something like that, and they go and train at another CrossFit gym. And they always say, oh my God, Monarch's amazing, or this, that, and the other. And I'm like, yeah, so that I love that. And honestly, it'll be 3 years on the 4th of November, and I never get bored of hearing that. And every now and again, it just needs a fresh lick of paint, but overall,
still looking fresh.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. How would you say, or how do you feel about Monarch's community, and how would you say that it stands out from other gyms that you've coached in?
The community is second to none.
Yeah,
that's what makes it different. You feel like there's a little bit of a community at a conventional gym, but there isn't.
You can't.
No, you cannot compare. The community, straight away from being there full time, just everyone coming in, saying hello regardless. I've been at those conventional gyms, gone, morning, how are you? Nothing.
They got the headphones in.
Yeah, they're already headphones in. I'm not talking to anyone. I get it. That's what they want to do. But that community side at Monarch's, unbelievable.
No, I agree. It's something, we had a men's bro sesh on Friday, and it was to celebrate men's mental health and men talking to each other. We did one in June for the awareness month, and then we've done another one which was great. And my girlfriend's father came to it, and he said the guys here, the community here, and everyone's come and said hello to me, and everyone's asked me, this, that, and the other. And I just think that is, it's a testament to the membership base. I also think it's a testament to the guys that are in the gym on a regular basis. So that's you and Verity, who are our full-time coaches. And I think that standard is sort of set from the top and drip fed down. And we're really lucky with the coaching team and people who are involved, who care and try and keep those standards. Absolutely. But you're right. I would have been surprised if you said that the communities were anywhere near each other. Yeah.
No, and awesome. Even like my one-to-one sessions, they're not members. Members talk to them all the time.
Yeah.
They're always saying hello or having a chat with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Even for those, I think they like that.
It's
that
important.
Touch as well for themselves when they come in. Because sometimes it's the heart of a workout. There's bars being thrown everywhere. And
someone's screaming at you.
And they're like, whoa. But then they see it and they see the community side, and then they're like,
the high fives and the hellos. Yeah, nice.
Absolutely.
And what would you say has been your best memory or highlight from a coaching perspective since you've been with Monarch? So that's been nearly 3 years.
To be fair, I could go through quite a few members, but they probably wouldn't see it in themselves. But some from that very beginning, first coaching class I did, just seeing how they've grown, where they're at now, where they're pushing their weights, where they're doing pull-ups now, and these types of bits, they're my standout moments.
I remember the ones when I first started.
Yeah.
So like right now I'm trying to think, and I'm like, could I tell you one in the last month? No. But the ones that I would go to you and tell you, so like I remember your wife
Yep.
getting some double unders, and she's on film, and I'm outside of the film. I didn't even know she was recording. And I give her a quick cue, and then she gets 5 or 6 double unders,
Yeah.
and she's over the moon.
That's it.
I remember Anna Dolman, one of our members. Hello, Anna, if you're watching this. Getting her first rope climb and being buzzing. It's that stuff.
It's those bits.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
that
those
stuff.
bits. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and they don't go. But yeah, could I tell you what happened last week? Maybe not. I wasn't here. I was in Mexico, so that's the reason why.
Drop that.
Yeah, that's where the tan comes from, guys. Describe Monarch in 3 words.
Community, number 1.
Yeah.
Passionate, number 2.
Yeah.
Lively.
Yeah, they're good ones. Community, passionate, lively. And how you've just described that is exactly how I'll go into my classes tonight to coach. I coach a Monday evening. I really love it. And I want to be buzzing and everyone to be buzzing when I come away from it. So yeah, that's really good.
That's the passion of us coaches. It's the passion of the members, and that feeds into the liveliness afterwards.
Yeah, no, I love it. Good answers. So Dec, you are a CrossFit level 2 coach. What made you do your level 1? So you had your level 1 prior to us. So what made you do your level 1 in CrossFit? When did that happen, if you remember the year? What made you do it? What was the motivation at the time? Yeah. And then talk to us how level 1 became level 2.
So it goes back to that Fran session back at Gym UK.
Yeah.
How did I stumble on it? Instagram and stuff like that weren't that big back then. Yeah. So
Bieber?
You must have maybe Bieber, Jesus.
I heard that was a thing. I'm too young, but I've heard that was the Bieber. Social media.
I was big on Bieber. I love that. It must have been a YouTube clip or something like that. It must have popped up, but that got me interested in CrossFit. And then I started to do a few sessions to myself in Gym UK. And then for me, there's always that touch. Now I need to learn more about it. So the level 1 was then my next approach. Yeah. So by this point, I wasn't working in Gym UK, but I said, I'm going to go do this course.
Where did you do it?
Up in Manchester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a bit of a drive.
Yeah. Long old
But it was good. It was interesting. It made me realise I wasn't fit. With some of the people that were in there, and then watching the seminar. Coaches, seminar staff doing their workout while we're having our lunch was like, oh, Christ, okay, there's another level to this.
Absolutely.
But, so the level 1 came as more of me learning more about CrossFit, more than I'm going to become a coach. So did the level 1, looked into possible opportunities, and I must have, it did put me off CrossFit for a while.
Okay.
After, because I tried to approach some CrossFit gyms.
Yeah.
And just kind of point blank, no, we've
you
got
weren't
coaches, or we hire within.
Because you weren't a CrossFitter,
yeah,
and and the level 1 wasn't enough.
Maybe.
So I think
maybe because I wasn't at that affiliate and things like that, it just kind of made me feel like, oh, it's a closed off community. They don't want to branch out. I went to a place over in Bristol. I wonder if it's still going, but CrossFit Galvanise, I think it was called. Okay. It was a small space, but they kind of let me come over and join in a few classes, but I could feel it just wasn't going to go anywhere for me. But yeah, I kind of felt like actually I've got PT, I've got the level 1, I've got more to offer than because I'm not a member.
Yeah,
that
sure.
kind of approach.
So I think this is, and I'm glad that actually came up right, because I'm just winging it now with my question type. So we have recruited both externally and internally. We've had our most success with taking members who are passionate, caring, and they probably come from some sporty background and picked it up quite quick, and then taking them through a development inside the gym and then putting them on their level 1, level 2. It's worked for us. Everyone that's done that's passed, which is great. Now you know what you know, and now you've worked in a gym in aspects where you've ran our gym when we've had holidays and bits and pieces. And then also you've seen a level of coaching now through some of the coaches at the gym. Now you know what you know. Yeah. Would you have given you an opportunity back?
Well, definitely. I always feel someone needs an opportunity to get where they want to be. Maybe now that I've been in the world, being in CrossFit a little bit more would have helped my case. Understand and just be like, I'm CrossFit classes. I already jump in on these things. But so maybe it would have been more of an approach of, let's get you in, do some classes, be a member for a month, then we can talk a bit more, and then if it looks like it's a good fit, then yes.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I can see why I wasn't given those opportunities.
So I've done my L1 and I thought it was fine. And until a couple of years ago, I could have done an L1, so level 1 a CrossFit qualification and opened a gym, and then they changed it.
They didn't.
That you have to have a level 2 qualification. I didn't know why until I did the level 2 qualification, and the amount of information they give you on that course.
Way more.
I thought it's an unbelievable course. I really enjoyed it. I would do it again. It costs £1,000. I won't. I'll do the next one. But I thought it was a great course.
Yeah.
You've done that course as well. What's your thoughts on it?
Kind of half and half for me. Cool. Maybe because of coming from my level of coaching already. Yeah. I've already been doing those one-to-ones. I've got that experience behind me, that it was more just those little cues on how to coach the group better. That's what I took away from it. Rather than just the coaching points. You have your points of performance, but kind of know those. It was more those, right, stop there, Dec. How can we be looking at this person, this person, and this person all at the same time? And I was like, okay, nice.
So that'll be
taking those points was better for me.
The seeing and correcting part of that course, which I personally loved. So I'm not as experienced as Dec, but I loved all the aspects of it.
Yeah, I took way more from that side of it.
I was really nervous, and I'm not really a nervous person.
Yeah.
Were you?
At points, yeah. There was one point, Avs, one of the seminar staff, he's brilliant, he's a ledge. And I chose to do the sumo deadlift high pull as one of the coaching bits. Yeah. And he went, that's brave. I was like, why is it brave? He went, no one picks it. I was like, well, that's why I'm picking it, because I've not coached it really. And he was like, brave. So then I was shitting it. Yeah. Then I was panicking.
What a Davs.
Got me under pressure, but yeah, came out of it in a better place.
Just for context, I chose the air squat. No, I chose the air squat, and then I chose the...
I went double sumo deadlift high pull.
Yeah, nice.
Because I'd done it to a point, and then I wanted to show Davs that I could do it better.
Yeah, nice. What's been the biggest challenge in your coaching journey? And then, once you've answered that, how did you overcome it?
The biggest challenge was probably going self-employed.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, very scary.
You've got a family to look after.
Yeah, you've got a family to look after, you've got life, you got mortgage, you got this, and now I need to make that money.
Back yourself.
Yeah, back myself. Yeah. And as we've probably already touched on, I don't big myself up. So coming away from, I've worked in this gym, I'm working for this gym, I didn't know if I was going to be able to cut it by myself, but straight away clients were like, no, sticking with you. So it built my confidence there. And just building it. That was scary. That was the most challenging thing. Then COVID came. And then that made it harder again. How can we develop this again? Oh my God, what a time to be alive. Zoom one-to-ones, and then we could be outside, and then I'm doing outside a village hall at -3 degrees, all just to put food on the table.
Yeah.
So we've had some challenging moments. So I would say it's that. Me going self-employed.
PT, gym owner that was open through COVID.
Yeah, it was tough. It was real tough.
Really hard.
Yeah, knowing where to go, what to do, how to play it, because no one knew what to do.
No, it was well scary.
So it was real tough.
I was one of those really fortunate people that was paid 80% of my wage to stay at home. So I didn't have the stress of that. But I imagine anyone in a self-employed role, super scary. And especially that they closed the gyms and 2 meters.
And big up Cousin Vicky for giving me a slot in the stables next to the 3 horses.
Perfect.
We created stable strength for a year or something like that. It was fantastic.
Do you know, one thing I will say, do you remember Andy Williams?
Yeah.
Is it Williams or Williamson?
Williamson.
Yeah. I remember him opening up like an outdoor space, and the COVID summer was the dream. And he was like sat on the patio on a chair miles away from the area which his customers were working out. And I just thought, yeah, I love it. Like the initiative that you have to have, I suppose, when you have to earn.
You have to adapt.
Yeah. But I remember that vividly. So there's loads of PTs out there that did their best to not let that weird time affect them too much. Yeah, not for me at all. What's the biggest misconception you think people have about CrossFit and CrossFit gyms? And is it deserved? Double barrel.
From the double barrel point of view, probably the cult.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not a cult, it's a community, for one. But also, once you're in it, it's hard not to talk about it.
It's the best cult I've ever been in.
It's not a cult, I promise. So, yes, that's the misconception, but it's also very true at the same time.
Yeah.
We do all say it's not a cult and then talk like it's a cult.
Yeah.
So it's a hard...
Do you know what I love about that? It's because people are proud of their achievements.
Exactly. So like, I did this, I did that. I don't know why I'm bringing up my pull-up.
I couldn't do a pull-up before.
Food, but here I am.
Mate, I love it.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I love that just enthusiasm from people. You know, like someone might post on social media a lot about their workout. Amazing.
Yeah.
So you should. I'd rather you were buzzing about something.
Oh, yeah.
Even to the point where it was maybe a bit too much for me personally at that moment, than think you're cool and not buzz about it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
If someone's buzzing about the workout, PBs, like celebrate it. We have a PB board.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant.
some people are
full
it is
right
full.
now.
It is. But I'll notice some people are trying to sneak away and I'm like, no. Come over and get that gold pen. And I love it. Celebrate them all.
He often writes it as small as possible at the bottom of the board, don't you, darling? Rub that off, put it higher.
Yeah,
Be
mate.
proud of those PBs, that's for sure. Dave, for not punching Dec this month. I'm not sure what that one's all about, but you can have it.
I've got a question for you then. You've been a coach a really long time. I think we've got some very good coaches in the gym. In your opinion, what separates a good coach from a great coach?
The care, the extra mile. Can't teach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can coach someone how to do a squat, but can you care? You can see they're not in the great form of mind. Is their squat to this depth all right? Or do I really have to push them to that depth when I can tell they're not where they need to be today?
And that's going to lead me on to the next one. How do you know how to push someone? So you're an experienced guy, but how do you know how to push someone? How do you know when you're telling someone to put on an extra couple of kgs on their bar or reduce their band from a scale or jump higher to a box? How do you know that? How do you know how to push someone?
I don't know. I just get that feeling. I just get that.
It's experience.
That know-how. It's got to be experience then. Yeah. You can just see. I'll probably chuck two names in right now. SJ and Fran from 2 weeks ago did thrusters and burpees over the bar. They both went too light. I told them it was too light. Told them next time thrusters come up, push that weight.
Yeah.
Today, Fran, thrusters, they were both in the class, not even my class. And I said, are we going heavier today? Fran said yes. SJ said, well, I might just beat my time. I said, why not beat your time and beat your weight? So she did. She put a little bit more on and she beat her time and she beat her weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good to see. And immediately she finished, walked over away from my one-to-one session, gave her a little fist pump. Well done, mate.
Yeah. And that's one of those things where hopefully SJ's at dinner later and she's talking about CrossFit. Because it's one of those things you should be proud of.
That's it.
And that's what I love about it. And you are right. People do talk about it, especially newbies. I'll never get bored of it.
No.
I'll never get bored of hearing about
passion.
Yeah. Give me passion in everything you do.
Yeah.
Because I'll get a bit of that. I'll get a bit of that. We touched on coaching. Good coach, great coach. How do you keep developing yourself? There's loads of information. We've got access to loads of it with the internet, ChatGPT, which I've used for some of my questions for you today. But how do you keep developing you to make sure that you're keeping that bar where you've set it?
Keep learning, keep watching, keep doing. All of these things make you a better coach. It's not just coaching, it's watching other coaches coach, because you might learn something off of them.
100%.
It's watching coaches on Instagram, it's watching coaches on YouTube, it's reading things, it's reading articles, it's just even being involved in that class.
Yeah.
Because then you can feel that movement in a different way. Maybe that pull-up felt different today. Why did it feel different? And then you play around with it. Okay, now I know how to coach that the next time they come up.
What's the one bit of advice that you're giving 18-year-old Dec who's just got his PT qualification and he's trying to find a role, or he's got a role? What's that one bit of advice that you'd give him that would maybe have accelerated his journey?
Probably read more than I did at the beginning. Get involved. Probably go more nutrition straight away. It was more about that training to begin with for me, so probably get on nutrition sooner than I did.
I've done the level 3 PT course and I've been training for 25 years.
Look good for it.
It's a filter. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so I've been training for 25 years. I actually think a lot of what was on that PT course that I learned at that time, and I'm going to assume it's not changed drastically, was not that great, not that relevant.
It wasn't that
I've
great.
learned way more through doing, training, making mistakes, watching other people, asking questions, as I did as a youngster before we had the YouTubes, the Instagrams, the Reels and TikToks and all the stuff now. I don't think that you can, that just doing, getting on with something and learning, it works for me, definitely. But what's your thoughts? We've done the same course. We've done the same CrossFit courses. We've done the same PT course. But what's your thoughts?
It is that experience. It is getting stuck in there. You doing a squat compared to me doing a squat is going to be completely different. Yeah. There's no set tool for everybody. My squat will look different to your squat, to their squat, to everyone's squat. And it's knowing how to cue them in the right place. It's knowing the wording that's going to make them do it properly and things like that, and knowing their limits as well. So it is the experience. The course gives you the basics. This is how you squat. This is how you lunge. This is how you deadlift. These are the rep ranges you can play with. And half the time, just get stuck in with those rep ranges, play around with them. You can feel the difference of them all. So it's the experience. It's getting hands-on.
And we're going to come away from you and your training and your coaching in a couple of questions times. But if you were to describe Dec Flood's coaching philosophy, what would be the words you'd use?
Form, technique. I am a stickler for it, even in my own training. I know Ryan keeps telling me to just shut up and get on with it. You move well, so just get on with it. So definitely form, technique, moving well. So not just technique, but moving well. So preventing injuries, those types of bits. That's really where my coaching goes. So it's not about just kicking your ass for an hour. It's about making sure when you leave, you're still going to be able to move well and get on with the things you want to be doing.
Yeah, love that. And this is going to be the last question on this particular segment. What role do you think fitness plays in someone's wider life outside of the gym?
Massive, massive. Look at our life crew, for instance.
Glad you brought them up. I haven't really touched on them.
Anyone in that live class, I've seen them develop since we've opened. Just, they move better. They are healthier in their just choices in general as well. You hear them talking, I'm making better choices in my food as well, just off the back of moving well and training well. So massively plays a part in everyone's life. It's not just physically, it's mentally, it's community that supports them as well. Fitness is more than just moving.
So you've mentioned live class. They're down here on my notes.
Okay.
So our viewers who may not know what a life class is at Monarch, could you tell them what life stands for? And then could you tell them the typical demographic of the people in that class? And then tell them a little bit about maybe the first life class you've ever through and how many people are on it. And then talk to them about what last week looked like in terms of the numbers and the growth that we've had with that particular element.
So life stands for low impact functional exercise. It is for anyone, but primarily our demographic is more 50, 60 plus, ranging. I can't remember how old he was in the end, 81,
Victor,
82.
83. Deadlift of over 100 kg.
He got 100 keys.
Love that.
He did. So it's a wide span. I know now we've had anywhere from, I think we had a 16-year-old doing it on one stage, all the way up to 83. So
I think
it is for anyone.
I think on a couple of occasions I've even seen your sister and your nephew come in and just jump in and do a class with you and be coached by brother and uncle. Nice.
And but it's CrossFit, but it's scaled. It's taken away a box jump, although they like doing box jump. It's taken away a pull-up, but they like doing pull-ups now. So it's actually almost, let's scale it back until you feel you're comfortable to try some of these higher impacts, unless you physically can't do them. But it is kind of to my freedom a little bit with the programming. He's noticed that I will just adapt it as needs be. They've known now that they can't trust what they see on BoxMate because I might change it. So they're fantastic. And that first class was 4 people, couple Rob and Jane, who still come now.
Hi Rob. Hi Jane.
2 ladies that were scared to death and never came back.
Was one of them my mum?
She came at one stage, but she wasn't that first one. Rob actually mentioned those 2 the other day. He was like, can you remember those 2? Yeah, that was like one of the first. Then Janie came on board, Janie Thomas getting involved, and then it's just grown. I think the highest we had was a few weeks ago.
18?
18, maybe 19. More. I think I snuck an extra one on.
How many members would you say we've got, life members? 25? 30?
At least 25, I think, because primarily they will come to those classes, the same group, because they're into it, and they have their own community,
the OGs,
which is incredible. They have their own WhatsApp group. They have their own coffee time afterwards. Have a Christmas dinner, which I love going to. It's brilliant. They just get on the wine.
Not long.
Brilliant.
Not long now.
They've skipped going to the restaurant. Now they're just going straight to Wine Monkey this year.
Love it. You mentioned something before, and you said adapt. How do you adapt workouts for people who may be of a certain age, injury, or health concern?
Again, comes from the experience of knowing where to look if that person's injured or what's their limitation. Obviously, you look to adjust that movement to as close to that movement as possible, first of all. And then if we can't do that, can we go to an alternative? So a squat, for instance. If we can't squat, can we lunge? Can we sit to a box? Can we do something like that as an alternative? So it's just knowing these alternatives, but also trying them.
Yeah.
Because they might not be able to do that part, but they can do that.